Rome is one of the most influential civilizations in history, but what if I told you it almost ended in the 3rd century? In just a century, the Roman Empire nearly collapsed. So why did it survive? Let's find out. In 235 AD, Emperor Alexander Severus was stabbed by his own grandmother, Julia Maesa. For the next 50 years, 26 emperors would rise and fall, most of them assassinated. Every time a new emperor took the throne, civil wars would break out as ambitious generals fought for more power. The central government grew weaker and weaker as it lost control over distant provinces. But that wasn't the only problem. See, all these wars drained the treasury? By 260 AD, the treasury was completely empty. To make matters worse, an economic collapse caused inflation, which devalued Roman currency. People needed to carry around wheelbarrows of coins for basic goods and services. The value of money dropped so sharply that people melted down coins to make jewelry out of them. The rich bought up large amounts of land as peasants were too poor to pay their taxes. Speaking of taxes, the burden fell squarely on the shoulders of the middle class and farmers. They had to pay high taxes to support the military, which made them even poorer. While Rome was suffering economically, other threats were rising in the north and east. Germanic tribes crossed the Rhine River to raid Roman territory. In the east, the Sassanid Persians challenged Roman control in the Middle East. Back in Rome, social chaos was the norm. Famine and disease hit the population hard. People starved to death in the streets, while others got sick and died from contaminated water. The crisis was so bad that many people began revolting. Villagers took up arms against tax collectors, and local rulers declared independence from Rome. At this point, Rome had effectively broken into 3 separate pieces. In Gaul, the Gallic Empire was proclaimed as a breakaway state in the west. In the east, the Palmyrene Empire took shape, also breaking away from Rome. Meanwhile, the real Roman Empire was hanging on by a thread. The Roman army was spread too thin along multiple frontiers, making it difficult to defend any one area. That is when Diocletian took the throne in 284 AD. He brought order back to the empire by dividing it into smaller administrative units. This made it easier to collect taxes and defend the borders. He also reformed the military by training new legions and building fortifications along the frontiers. These reforms helped to stabilize the economy and prevent invasions. Thanks to Diocletian's reforms, Rome entered a period of economic recovery. A trade flourished, and cities were rebuilt. But the crisis of the 3rd century is a reminder of how close Rome came to collapse. If the emperors before Diocletian had been more effective, perhaps Rome would have held together. But their failure to address the issues of the day led to the decline of the empire. If you enjoyed this video, please hit subscribe and like. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.